Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick Canavan, and I'm once again bringing you the broadcast from SalineLive.com of this time JV soccer as the boys take on the Huron River Rats in a great matchup. But today's a little different as I'm joined by Sam Jane here up in the box, and a great opportunity to have another caller this evening. How you doing, Sam?
I'm doing great. How about you, Patrick?
Oh, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Now, as we look forward to this game, it's going to be an interesting one to see what's going to kind of play out here as the JV squad takes on Huron overall. But as we get underway, let's start it off. Oh, kicks back in the backfield. Finds its way to Wu. Keeper to Wu.
Huron's just really trying to keep the ball back in their own territory, not really trying to push it up too much, but hoping Saline can't take advantage. However, they get the ball here. That's Charlie Schroeder to Josh Kewen.
Down low, the freight home. Contested there on the sideline, however, looking for an option. Finds it at midfield. Allen. Far side pass. Looks to find all the way on the other side there. Looks to Grill. Grill almost able to work it in the crossing action, however, collected there by the Huron keeper.
Saline did a great job there pushing the ball up ahead. You got to be able to take those chances, and Evan Grill was almost able to convert it. But sometimes, the keeper just makes a great play, and that's what Huron's keeper did.
Absolutely. Now that centering pass there, trying to knock it back in Saline's favor, picked up there by number 20, Tim Baker for the River Rats with the forward pass, finding its way to Hashem. Hashem now looking for the option, finds it once again, and Baker in the backfield. Midfield pass all the way back to Din. Gomez, quick action there, finds it all the way to Botero. Right now, Huron just kind of floating their way around the midfield mark.
Yeah, just really trying to keep that ball in possession. You don't want to advance it too hard and put on too much pressure on the defense, whereas they steal it and can put it back into their own territory and hopefully finish with a goal.
Baker with a quick action. They're able to shift it back towards Saline's favor, back around Huron goal. However, Huron still with possession here. Baker. Short side pass, looks to collect it all the way to you, however, up and out of bounds as the Hornets gained a throw-in opportunity. It'll be Kewen with the throw-in. Faulkner now. Back to Kewen.
You see that communication between Kewen and Faulkner there as they're trying to determine who can take that ball and hopefully advance it back, but however they go back to the keeper, Riley Barham.
And that's a key point here in this game, is that these guys have been playing with each other for almost a month now as the season continues to progress, and that team function is always going to be beneficial.
Yeah, chemistry in soccer is a big thing because sometimes you're not able to, hear your guys down the field because it's such a far field and lengthy, but you have to be able to know what your teammates want, and that chemistry can be very vital.
Brooks with the tap back to the keeper, sends it far side, looking for a nice kick out. Trying to get something started for the River Rats here. Contention there between Rem and the Hornet midfielder, kind of making things difficult, but whistle blown as it looks like the River Rats gain quick possession there after a short foul. It'll be Botero with the free kick. Solid opening pass finds its way all the way to Binkley on the far side. However, Binkley in major defensive action against the Hornet defenders now. Kewen. Off the head of you.
That's a great throw in there by number 13, TJ Friedholm. He's able to get it up to Chen, but Chen couldn't control it there as Huron was able to swarm him.
You with the quick pass outside to Botero. Now on the far side looking for the option for the River Rats. However, Hornet defenders able to put up a staunch defense. However, on the far side, Luo pressing all the way towards the back sideline. Botero now. Contested by Grill on the far side. It's being a tough option as the River Rats are unable to get any crossing options in front of the Hornet goal.
You see the three Huron defenders. They're playing far back as that's a nice slide tackle there by number 19. Nicholas Yu, but the Huron defenders are playing far back as they're trying not to give up key possession. That's a great pass up ahead to Friedholm. He's got to run.
Looking for the crossing opportunity now. However, it looks like a 3-on-2 situation. Finds the cross, but collected there by the keeper.
Yeah, and Saline's like offensive, but also being able to play staunch defense has really impressed me so far. They've been able to push the ball up ahead, however, not give up too much ground to Huron, the River Rats.
That's Schneider in goal for the River Rats, who just made that save. Far side pass there from, it looks like, number 13, Rem of Huron, unable to find its way to a teammate. Hornets now. Hewen down low. Faulkner on the sideline, looking for the sideline pass. However, cut up there by Hashem, and River Rats looking for the crossing option. Tries to send it far off the head of Hornet defender, sending downfield a bit more. Din on the far side with that midfield pass, trying to find Voltero. Action between Coletta and Voltero there. Grill now. Pass back in favor of the Hornets to Allen. Allen with the strong boot downfield.
Saline's really trying to push that ball up ahead with strong passes down from their back defense and midfielders sometimes, as they're able to get here a nice throw in from number 13, TJ Friedholm.
Close sideline there, pressing its way downfield a bit more in favor of the River Rats. Up and out of bounds, however. Off a Hornet as the River Rats still maintain possession. Throw in to be taken by number 12, Christopher Yu. Off the head of Hashim there before continuing to find its way through. However, whistle blown after contact between Hashim and Kuhn there. Hornets gain possession.
So one of the keys, I think, today for the JV team to pull out a win here is that they have to be able to keep the defense from not getting too much farther ahead onto the field and not allowing the Huron offense to make key passes down the field in order for them to get a one-on-one opportunity with the keeper.
Absolutely. Strong field positioning is going to be a huge key today. Throw in to be taken by number 12, Christopher Yu, once again. Collected by Voltero. Forward pass there, trying to find its way to Gomez. Quick action, making its way towards midfield before being taken back. Tim Baker now for the River Rats. Voltero. Forward pass finds its way. Sinkovitz. Gomez. Far side's whistle is blown. Looks like it was an offsides call. Going back in Hornet favor now. Strong boot there by Hornet, set down, almost sideline, however, just out of reach, and sent back by the River Rat keeper. Forward pass by midfield there from Tim Baker, intended to go to Sinkovitz.
Yeah, you know, Tim Baker on Huron, he's only a freshman, but he's been very impressive for me so far. He's been able to push the ball ahead and get it to the attackers, but also play great defense. That's kind of the goal of the middle fielder, and that's what he's been able to do, is even as such a young player.
And that's the best part about playing on JV. You have a chance to improve and a chance to impress as well. Downfield, we're looking at Voltero trying to work his way into the Hornet box. Nearly towards Hornet favor. However, now you're looking at Voltero trying to work his way through.
Yeah, in soccer, substitutions is very key because you have to be able to preserve that energy with multiple players off the benches. Huron's already going to try to get one check in here as number 4, Tyler Brooks, will be coming in soon.
Up and out of bounds off the Hornets there as the River Rats gain possession. And as Sam says, Brooks is coming in as out goes Christopher Yu. Barker for the Hornets, trying to make action, but dancing around the sideline, up and out of bounds, off of River Rat mid. Goes in favor of the Hornets this time. Up and out of bounds there, as it looks like it's staying in favor of the Riverettes. It was off of, cannot tell who it was off of in fact, but it's now Riverette ball for a goal kick.
You know, both these teams are very evenly matched, you know, in terms of age and experience. Saline has 6 freshmen on the team, and Huron also has 6. So that's like very, you know, a balanced team that young players can have a chance to shine, but also, you know, sophomores can really prove their worth and hopefully impress varsity coaches and, you know, hopefully have a successful season.
Sideline pass there finds its way to Grill, and a quick ricochet off of a Huron defender results in Hornet throwing opportunity on the far side. Looks to be Ford on the far side, however, just out of reach of what I can see. Solid throw and finds its way to the Huron box, however. 3 Huron defenders as the ball is going back the other way after a quick foul in Huron favor. Schneider to open up with that kick, finds its way down to Brooks. Brooks, forward pass, trying to ship it towards midfield. Finds it Gomez. Gomez looks to lead Sinkovitz all the way, however, Hornets cut that short and send it back, yet Huron still maintains possession.
You know, Huron's really playing that bend but don't break kind of defense today. They're not really like really playing as aggressive as Saline is, but they're not letting Saline get into very like good field position. As Patrick said, field position will be very key in terms of who will win this game. But it's been a very a good game in terms of Huron not playing that type of aggressive style, but still keeping Saline out of the box.
Absolutely. Brooks with a centering pass finds its way to Din on the far side. Cut short. We're looking at Gomez at midfield. Pass to Luo. Hornets now. Allen. Sent back far side. We're looking at Ford. Sideline pass to Grill. Quick side tackle there interrupts Grill. However, possession is now changed over as Boltero fending off what looks like Jackson Ford, number 12 on the far side.
Boltero did a great job there of shielding his body to keep it away from the defenders, as Saline here looks to be on the attack.
Go side, you're looking at Baker rushing downfield. Forward pass to Boltero. Boltero trying to find an action through the Hornet mids, however, unsuccessful. Sinkovitz to Boltero. Boltero far side now, looking at Luo. Centering pass there, collected there by the Hornet keeper, Riley Behrman. Solid boot sent well past midfield there. Looks to be collected by number 14, Isaac Torres. Torres trying to work his way through, however, ran into 3 Huron defenders. Grill on the far side with a solid forward pass, however, it looks like it's just going to be out of the reach of what I believe is number 15, Charles Schroeder. Up and out of bounds as it was from Grill. Huron gains possession.
Yeah, Schroeder did a great job there of hustling to at least make that play, you know, kind of difficult for that Huron defender instead of just letting it go out of bounds. Hustle is a very key thing, and it can impress coaches and obviously us because it can lead to goals that the other team would not expect.
Absolutely, and you'll probably see it more and more in the varsity game, but the players who have the jets and who can turn them on, it really shows later on. And hustle starts at the beginning of the game, and it ends when the final whistle blows. Goal kick to open up for Schneider there. Chooses the option on the far sideline. Centering pass looks to number 21, Hammond, for the Riverettes. Solid pressure there by Gomez, trying to continue downfield. Hornet mids putting up a staunch defense, though. High chip there, collected there by number 16, Venegas. Manahar, down low, up and out of bounds. Hornets still maintain possession. Throw in finds its way to Ruiz. Manahar still trying to make his way downfield. Dancing on the sideline and contested by number 4 and what I believe is number 6. for the River Rats, Brooks and Kasham. River Rats with that heavy contention goes back in their favor, however, up and out of bounds now as the Hornets still have the chance. Off the head of Barker there as it still pinballs its way around between 1, 2, 3, 4 Huron mids and defenders as two Hornets are trying roughly to get inside. Heavy contact there by number 24, Nasir Din, in a rough effort there as down goes Isaac Torres, resulting in the Hornets gaining possession here.
Yeah, you know, Isaac Torres, he has a brother on varsity, so he obviously has that family connection there. And in terms of experience, I'm sure he's been playing soccer a lot, as both of them have, you know, been able to make the Saline soccer teams.
Opening pass puts it right in the front box. Now you're looking at Ruiz. And solidly booted away there by the Huron mids. Far sideline, you're now looking at Kewen trying to pass forward. Finds his way to Chen. Far side now. Looks like it was Kewen again, however. Back to Chen. Chip shot placed forward as whistle is blown and play is going the other direction, I believe, as down goes one of the Hornets as there's an injury on the field. And with that said, folks, with 18:34 on the clock, out go the coaches to see what's up and help out. Score still stands at 0s apiece.
If I'm not mistaken, that looks like Torres out down on the field. Looks like it had something to do with his leg. So that could be a, you know, key injury, but you hope he's all right.
Yeah, you never want to see that in these types of games. And as he's walking it off, it's always a bright side with a slew of River Rat substitutions coming in as out goes 3, 22, 19, and 24, which is Coletta, Botero, Din, and Yu for the River Rats.
Looks like Barker and Torres will obviously come off the field, replaced by Jake Day.
Far side throw finds its way to Lahan for the River Rats. Midfield now, Lassine. To Baker. Baker knocks back. And pass down low finds its way to Brooks. Brooks with a quick action, trying to find the sideline option just ahead there of Kasham as it goes up and out of bounds, back in Hornet favor.
Nice move there by Brooks. He was able to shake Manahar off and fire down a pass, but unfortunately Huron could not get there.
Close side, you're looking at York. However, rushed in there by number 20, Tim Baker, unable to find another teammate there, however. Manahar. Contested by two Huron forwards. Rays and Brooks down low. Lassine with the pass back finds its way to Brooks. Brooks back towards midfield. You're looking at Lassine. Crossfield pass to Rem on the far side. Lahan. Hornets now back in favor as we're looking at Day. Strong forward pass there. Puts it well out of reach, however, of Sidlowski.
That's a tough break for Huron there, as they had that ball pinned in the corner, but unfortunately they weren't able to just knock it out or knock it back into play. Saline gets a throw in.
Chen finds his way to Day, and Day sends it all the way down to York. However, kicked back by the Hornets. Seems to be an odd decision here as the Hornets are losing ground. However, take a second to set up the plan of attack as strong boot places it right in front of
Day has an opportunity.
goal, but arm goes up, and there you go, offsides in a dangerous opportunity there that could have resulted in a Hornet goal. However, offsides.
Yeah, Day was able to get behind the defense there, but just a little too far behind as he was called for offsides as he was past the last defender.
Schneider to open up now. Quick action sends it right back to Schneider, however. Hornet pressure by the forwards proving difficult so far, however, with a solid pass there. Baker making his way back towards midfield. You're looking Brooks now. Sent forward, pass all the way. Sinkovitz, or pardon me, Lassine. Change in possession there is York now. Solid contact there with the ball results in York going down and possession shifting back to Huron. Up and out of bounds there. Looks like it was off of number 20, Luke Allen, as the River Rats still maintain possession in close by the Hornet goal. Lassine at midfield, sent down low to Brooks. Looks for the option and finds it with Kasham. Forward pass tries to find its way to Lassine, however, cut short there by Hornet mid. As we have a solid foot race trying to keep it from going up and out of bounds, Hornets still maintain possession there. Gage Petrock with the Jets there to race it out and make sure that the last person to touch it.
Yeah, as Chen checks out of the game, I've been impressed with his ability to, shift between that defensive and offensive role. So he had a nice pass down there to Petrock, who obviously used his speed to force it out of bounds and for the Hornets' advantage.
Quick touch there by Kasham, up and out of bounds. The Hornets, once again, another throw-in opportunity. You're looking at Belskis trying to ship it back towards midfield. Close on the far side, Hornets working their way towards center field. Trying to get in front of the Huron goal, however, knocked away once again. You look at Ruiz. Ships back, picked up by Faulkner in the backfield. York. Sideline pass, tries to find Sidlowski on the far side, does so. Solid forward pass to Day. Tries for the crossing, however, cut short there and knocked away, looks like by Leo Kupperman of the River Rats, in a solid sideline pass from number 5. Nearly finds its way to Reyes, however, cut short there by the Hornets as progression halts at around midfield now. Botero trying to ship it back in Huron favor, however. Pass action between the defenders. It's not finding its way back across midfield at the moment. Solid forward pass. Contested by Snyder there as it makes contact, and we're looking at another offsides.
Looks like Day's down on the field there, so he has to limp that off. But that was an aggressive play by the keeper there, because if that ball gets behind him and, and it's not offsides and he's out on the ground, that's an easy goal for the Hornets. They can just cross that in and get an easy tap in. So aggressive, but also a successful play by the keeper there.
That's the best part about being a good keeper, is that you can see very aggressive plays, especially when it comes to a corner kick, which we haven't seen any yet so far, but still plenty of game left. With 11-12 on the clock, score still tied at 0s apiece. Centering pass finds its way to Petrock. Petrock with the quick header trying to put it right back in Day's favor, and down goes Day again, up and out of bounds.
This could be one of those corner kicks you were just talking about.
Exactly. It's in Hornet favor, and it looks like we're going to get a Hornet corner in a great opportunity here.
Yeah, corners can be very key for goals. You see it at the professional level. Those plays are almost so crucial, because if you can get a goal off that, you can really sway momentum in your favor. Let's see if the Hornets can capitalize.
Get Isaac York taking the corner now for the Hornets. Solid shot. Looks like it was off the head of Luke Allen, however, wide right as Schneider lets it go up and out of bounds and back into Huron hands. In comes Grill and Friedholm for the Hornets, as well as Chimbira for the River Rats. play, shifting it back towards midfield. Hard race there by Grill on the far side, trying to keep it in bounds. However, Huron still maintains possession there as it was deflected off of the Hornet forward. Back to Schneider. Solid boot there. Tries to find its target with number 20, Tim Baker, for the River Rats. However, looked like instead it went off of Belskis. Belskis once again trying to take action downfield, however unsuccessful to control the ball, as it looks like Baker now sending it back in River Rat favor. Saline trying to work his way to the outside, however heavy contention there by Faulkner as he sends it up and out of bounds.
Yeah, Faulkner did a great job there of forcing. He might not have gotten the steal or anything, but he forced the Huron offense to kick that ball high and out of bounds. It was no chance of a goal. So that was a great play by Faulkner to force him to his right.
Behrman to open up now. Solid boot puts it around the 40-yard line there. York now looks for the forward pass to find its way to Day, however doesn't quite make it there. Yet as we're looking at number 4, Tyler Brooks, trying to control the ball and keep it from going out of bounds, however unsuccessful to do so. Heavy pressure between Day and Gundezi as Gundezi goes down, and foul given on Day, and that contention as goes back in River Rat favor now.
Day frustrated with that call as he kind of threw his hands up, but you know, I think that might have been a good call because there was a lot of contact there. Day obviously just trying to make a play for his team, but you know, the referee had a good eye on his. He was right down the sideline.
Perfect, and he was right there. We could not see exactly what he saw. Ruiz, coast side, you're looking at Friedholm racing down sideline with heavy contention there in contact. No call as the play continues moving on. Ruiz up and out of bounds as Huron still with possession.
And you know, Peter, one thing I've noticed is that Huron, they've had a very stout defense, but the Hornets have advanced the ball past the 50-yard line many times and gotten that into that territory. So eventually, hopefully it'll lead to a chance for the Hornets and they can take advantage. That might be one right here, as though the keeper makes a great save.
Yeah, Schneider, they're able to work his way out and shut down that crossing pass. Forward movement there by Lahan, trying to keep it in favor of the River Rats. Nearly dished out there to Baker, however, Hornets able to kind of ship it back. Midfield now. Back and forth heading action. Sees no progress as in goes Lahan. Still constantly looks like Lahan is the star defender right now as it bounces between Hornet mids.
Yeah, Lahan's been very impressive as he's been able to stop any sort of Hornet advance that would lead to a goal. He's been able to just keep it out and kick it up, hopefully to the midfielders and attackers for the River Rats.
Chimbiro now with the action, making his way well across midfield. Solid forward pass, tries to thread it between Hornet defenders and reaches target. Binkley, however, just out of reach. Brooks now. Back to Lahan. Gundezi back to Brooks. Finds its way all the way to Baker. And chipped back there in Hornet favor, yet up and out of bounds as it looks like Huron will gain possession once again.
And you know, with around 5:40 to go left in the half, there's really only been one serious opportunity for either team to score a goal. It was that corner kick by Saline, but it's been a very, you know, defensive game, and they've been able to hold teams out of that, like, you know, key box area, and the keeper hasn't had to make any really tremendous saves.
Day with the crossing there nearly makes it. And a solid downfield pass going in Hornet favor. However, you're seeing far side Huron put on the Jets to outrace Binkley and keep it in Hornet control. And that's something you've seen a lot of this game so far, is that despite the kind of back and forth action, the Hornets have always been there to send it right back the other direction.
Yeah, and you know, Huron, he's one of the more faster players in the team, and he really showcased that speed there. He was beat down the sideline, but he's able to use that recovery speed to knock that ball out and back into the middle of the field. And like you said, Peter, that's been more. Saline's been always able to keep that staunch defense and not really allow Huron to get really any big opportunities.
York there trying to send it forward, and it does, and finds his way all the way to Friedholm. Friedholm racing sideline, looking for the crossing pass, looks for the cut instead, pardon me. Heavy contention there by Brooks, and he sends it forward, however, collected there by Huron.
Yeah, that was excellent defense by Brooks there. He got beat on the first, like we were talking about, but he was able to stay in front of the soccer ball, and he just, forced Friedholm to make a tough pass.
I mean, you're not wrong with either of those
Yeah,
statements.
right.
It is a football. Just depends on where you're at. Up and out of bounds there. Looks like it was off of number 13, Tyler Friedholm, once again. Huron gains possession. Brooks. Chipped up, sent far side. Trying to contain, and does. Hornet Petrock now racing downfield. Down goes Brooks as up and out of bounds once again, and the Hornets still maintain possession. And part of me, that was Gondesi who went down, not Brooks. A whole bunch of subs come in there for the Hornets, and an opportunity here. With solid field advantage, Hornets are now looking to further their efforts and place it right in front of the Huron goal. Jen with the throw in now. Sense of confusion there. Oh, just a quick sub confusion. Yet the clock still rolls as there's 3 minutes now. Chen chooses the corner there. Barker up and out of bounds out the back. However, in Hornet favor this time. Another corner opportunity coming up, and it'll be an interesting situation to see how the Hornets can benefit from it as Evan Grill goes to take the corner.
Now, last time they tried to play it more toward the outside of the goal. You wonder here if maybe they're going to try to play more attacking advantage as they do. And here's the key, and another nice save there by Schneider.
Great corner, places it right in front of the goal and real close to the crossbar. However, a little bit of height always helps if you're a keeper as well. Sidlowski trying to race it forward there. It does so. Finds Barker and just out of reach there in front of the main goal shot. Just wide left. Schneider to open up once again, far side. Bouncing around Hornet possession now as we're just about 1:30 out in the first half so far. Silent pass to Brooks. Brooks looks to send it all the way down to Jimbara, yet can't quite make it through the Hornet mids at the moment. Caught up, and now we're looking at Baker. Far side now, Hornet Sidlowski. Cut short there, Baker. Sidlowski trying to get in there. Is down he goes. No call yet. Jimbara. Faulkner in the backfield now. Under a minute to play in the first half. Solid pressure downfield, however, sent right off the head of number 17, Leo Kupperman. And back now in Huron favor as they're making way back and forth. Chen, solid sideline pass, ricochets off of number 13, Tyler Friedholm, and kind of an unfortunate bounce. Offsides, and the River Rats gain possession.
As we round up the first half here, one thing I would say for each team heading into the second is that, for Huron, I would just try to put more pressure on the Saline defense. They haven't really had to have any critical situations in terms of putting pressure. And then for Saline, you just got to keep pushing the ball up ahead, making some good reads, but you just got to limit the offsides penalties and hope to get more of those corners that are so critical.
Absolutely, and with that said, folks, that's the first half. We'll be right back after halftime. And here we go again, right back into the second half. I'm Patrick Canavan, joined by Sam Jane here in a great match so far as the Hornets take on the River Rats. Current score stands at 0s apiece, and it's going to be an interesting game here in the second half to see what happens. Sam, what do you think the game plan is going to be for the second half for both teams?
So for Saline, I think it's more about just taking advantage of the opportunities. They've had the ball, controlled it for most of the game, but when they get that chance to make a push or get a one-on-one opportunity, they have to take advantage and score because Huron's had a very stout defense, so when you get that hole, you have to take advantage. And for Huron, I would just say, as they're doing right now, really just attacking more. Like, they've been in control, but they've just had it more in their defense and stuff like that. They have to take advantage of when they get those chances. So that's a main theme for both teams. But more for Huron, just pushing the ball ahead, getting it to their attackers, and hopefully you can make something happen.
Perfect, perfect. That's exactly what I want to hear. And now looking forward on the far side, up and out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession, and it's going to be Faulkner with the throw-in, finds its way to Chen. Bounces around there, a couple of headers, see where it ends up. And back towards midfield, and Huron favor.
I think the Huron coaches also believe that they need the ball and to push it more because they're using more aggressive defense. They're trying to steal it more from the Saline Hornets and really just doubling, as you see there. They're doubling Charlie Schroeder, really just trying to push that ball because they know they don't want this to end in a tie. They want to get a win. So, we'll have to see about that.
Absolutely, and if you tuned in on our broadcast last night, that was the same scenario we had for the field hockey match where it was a tough battle. Dexter came out first ahead, and then Saline caught up, and it finished off in a tie with two very high-ranked teams in the SEC and in general field hockey for Michigan. It's quite an interesting game. Now looking back, we're looking to the far side. Hornets kick back, looking for options now, and the play in the corner looks to be Ford.
It looked like Thredo might have gotten away with a little bit of a shove there as he was able to hide it from the referee, and that, as long as the ref doesn't call it, it's not a foul, so Freedom was able to take advantage.
The game keeps going in the end. It looks like we got a bit of a keeper switch now as we have Patrick Tibbetts in for, or pardon me. Yeah, Luke Hammond in for keeper right now. Front side finds his way to Sidlowski. Sidlowski looks for the centering pass, however, knocked up and away there by Coletta once again. Huron looking for action. Botero trying to get across midfield. Finds the pass there in Yu. Yu chips it back towards the midfield. Finds its way to Baker. Baker. Crossfield pass. Far side. To Yu. Contention there looks between number 10 Hashem on the far side and Faulkner sends it right back down in Hornet favor downfield, up and out of bounds as Hornets regain a throw-in opportunity here.
Patrick, who's a player that's impressed you on the Huron side of the ball? For me, it would have to be Tyler Brooks. He's a young player as a sophomore, but he plays defense, but he's been very impressive in terms of using that speed to get back on defense. So for Saline, who would it be for you?
For Saline, I think right now Evan Grill, always on the far side and now on the close side of your screen, has been a constant player when it comes to pressing the play down the field. He's been nothing but wheels and a great passing opportunity from him.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Grill has been a great player in terms of finally getting that attack that Saline has needed, and he's really just been always there for Saline, it feels like. He's always in the middle of the play.
And forward pass there, solid to Barker down low. We're looking at the corner action. Trying for the crossing and collected there by the Huron keeper. Looking at Luke Hammond once again. Solid send out with heavy contention there between Hashem and Faulkner on the far side. Looks for the crossing opportunity and tries to find Grill. However, a little traffic sends it up and out of bounds.
Yeah, so Saline's obviously made some halftime adjustments because in the first half they had 3 defenders back playing near that midfield mark. But now they've kind of seemed to bring Faulkner up, and hopefully that can lead to more opportunities as obviously the more attack you have, the better.
Solid ricochet there, sets up Saline with a good chance to kind of set up a play there. Chen tries to send it inside, however, kicked out. Once again, a quick stutter there by Kuhn, tries to send it towards goal, up and out of bounds, just wide left.
One thing I've noticed from both teams too is both have very good stamina. Both seem to be able to put on the speed, the extra gear when they need it, And you would think playing in this game that's such a close and game that any goal could really matter, it might get a little bit tiring. But Huron and Saline have both been able to take advantage of using that good stamina I'm sure they put in work during the winter.
Absolutely solid goal kick, sends it right downfield and into Sadlowski, who's able to deliver it back midfield. We're looking at Faulkner trying to send it forward, however, picked up there by number 7 for the River Rats, Gomez. And once again, kind of bouncing around just past midfield. Botero. Taking it forward, nothing called as it goes up and out, and it looked like it was off of Botero's arm there, as we're going to go back in Hornet favor as possession with a quick handball.
Yeah, with those handballs, you can kind of catch the defense out of rhythm because you had that defense kind of scrambling back to get back, and Saline was able to push the ball ahead. I mean, it didn't turn into nothing, but however, they might have a good throw in here.
Yeah, solid throw in kind of towards the corner right now, and what was an opportunity there just out of reach, in fact, of Sadlowski. But now throwing coming close side from Barker, tries to get it with a good opportunity, however, up and out of bounds off of the Hornets as goal kick going back towards Luke Hammond. Far side finds its way to Hashem, however, right there Ruiz is there to contest him. Chen knocked back to Faulkner. Faulkner tries to send it forward, however, collected there by Gomez, and Gomez trying to keep it for the River Rats, however, looking at a little bit of sideline action up and out of bounds there off of Chen. Throw in now going for the River Rats. That looks to be number 12 far side, Christopher Yu. Throw in, chooses the safe option going back, and once again back to Hammond. Far side. Close action. Up in the air there as it's bounced around real quick. Gomez trying to keep it in River Rat favor. Botero now. Chen, forward pass there, finds its way to Friedholm. Friedholm looks for an option to Ruiz. Ruiz tries to send it right to Grell, however, instead right to Hammond and right back towards midfield it'll go.
Yeah, that connection between Friedholm and Ruiz had a real good chance there, but a Huron defender was able to get his leg on the ball, which was able to deflect it and stop any momentum that Ruiz had going to the goal. Oh, that's a big play, and
big play there.
Riley Barham with a huge save. He was able to knock that ball away. It looked like the Huron offense had a chance at scoring there.
Absolutely, that was a dangerous situation there that could have put Huron on the board, however, knocked right back towards midfield once again.
Yeah, Sid Hewitt's had a good speed there to get past the last defender, and Riley Barham made an aggressive play to come out, but he was able to get in front of it and kick that ball out. And that's your only goal as a keeper. It's just doesn't matter really where it goes in terms of your kick as long as it just doesn't get into the goal behind you.
Absolutely. Throw in there coming from Sedlowski, trying to find its way all the way up to Schroeder as it dances and goes up and out of bounds once again. Throwing now in favor of Huron with Jonathan Lewell. And there you go. Throwing stays in play this time as it's going back towards midfield. We're looking at Din.
Yeah, that player you talked about at halftime, Evan Grill, he has, or at the beginning of the second half, he has that green wristband around his arm, and that signals that he's a captain. So obviously he's a good leader on this team. Huron had a good chance to score there.
Tim Baker there trying to take the shot just wide right, unable to set it up properly. Up and out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
And Patrick, what would you say when you get those opportunities? What do you think's going through the heads of the players there? Do you think it's just more about its reaction, or do you think they're thinking about where to shoot that ball?
Oh, I think it's both. Honestly, when you're in a 2-on-1 situation there and you're really cornered, it's more of a, hey, I got to get this ball away right now, but I know I got to choose either top right or bottom right. And it's going to be a tough situation when you have that much pressure on you. Throw in there taken by number 19, Nicholas Yu.
Oh, here's a good chance for, looks like they have number 18 down the sidelines.
Grill forward pass there as to be collected once again as whistle blown, going back in favor of the River Rats.
Yeah, it looked like Barker had it there down the sideline, but Grill's pass just went a little bit wide to the right, and he couldn't convert on it. But, you know, that's the aggressive mentality you want to see out of Saline. They're trying to get that ball up ahead, trying to get those one-on-one opportunities, and hopefully one of those will lead to a goal.
Botero now. Heavy contact there between him and Grill. Botero being one of the steadfast players at midfield for Huron so far. A little back and forth action. Faulkner. Chen, far side to Ruiz. Dancing on the sideline and trying to keep it inbound, whistle blown. Going in favor of the Hornets there, as it looked like Gomez came down with and contacted handball.
Yeah, one player that's really impressed me on the defensive side of the ball for the Hornets is Ben Faulkner. He's been able to keep that ball from getting into the box, but he's also stepped up and played offense a little bit toward the beginning of the first half, having a throw in and really just trying to be aggressive. But he's been able to use both of those to his advantage.
Absolutely, and there he is now. Faulkner trying to keep the action pressed downfield in favor of the Hornets. Open out of bounds there, however, as the River Rats gain possession. Solid boot there to be collected by Kewen. Faulkner far side now, pardon me. Up and out of bounds. It looks to be intended for Ruiz. However, Huron gains possession.
Yeah, and it looks like Layson will check out for Botero, and Botero's been one of the more impressive players, like you said, Patrick. He's been very key in terms of that mentality that they've had in playing that midfielder role and kind of playing that attack, but also defense, and he's been very key and very good today.
Absolutely, and it seems that he's played the entire game so far, so he's deserved those well-earned minutes off. Thrown by Faulkner, up and out of bounds once again. Looks like it was off of, I believe, that's Tim Baker on the far side. So Hornets still with the throw-in. Faulkner finds its way to Schroeder. Back to Faulkner. Kind of midfield pass to Grill. Grill looks for the option. Finds it down low with Kewen. Trying to send it forward, however, booted right away by number 18. Con Lacine there for the River Rats. Solid forward pass. Finds its way nearly to number 15. Sinkovich. However, Faulkner able to chase him away and give the Hornets a little more time to set up some sort of defense here.
That was an excellent pass up ahead. It just went out of reach there for Sinkovich. But those are the plays that Huron needs to have in terms of winning this game. They have to be able to push the ball up ahead with only 22 minutes left. There's not a lot of time for either team to score a goal, so you have to take advantage of those opportunities.
Absolutely. That was a great opportunity. And slow to get up there. We're looking at, I believe, number 10 far side. There's a little contact as he went down on the field, but he seemed to be up and willing to walk off on his own. Always a bright side.
Yeah, whenever you see a player walk up and not need any sort of assistance or stretcher or anything like that, that's always such good news and such good sign to see, because any injury really to any team is just detrimental, and it just really sucks to see.
Absolutely. So in replacement, we're going to get Michael Jimbaro coming in for number 10, Raymond Hashem.
Yeah, in that moment there, you might have been able to see it there between the two players, one walking off. It was just what sport's all about, just giving a little head tap, probably asking, hey, you good, man? And it's just like, that's that type of teammates and friendships that you never forget when you play sports.
Absolutely, and these 4 years are very important to build those bonds. They'll last a very long time. Grill there with the header, trying to ship it back in Hornet favor. With quick touch there, sent far side, looks to Friedholm. Friedholm looking to send it even farther. Chooses Chen back at midfield. Chen with the forward pass all the way to Sidlowski. Sidlowski all alone, however, contested by 2-3 defenders now. Tries to send it back and to set up a play instead of choosing the crossing option to Barker. Far side now, we're looking at Gomez. Gomez trying to ship it back towards midfield for the River Rats. Jimbaro.
You know, whatever team scores first, I believe that might be the winning goal, because neither team has really been able to put any balls in the net, obviously. So whoever is able to take advantage first and put that ball in is just, I think, might have the the advantage and probably the most likely the game winner.
Oh, absolutely. This has been basically a midfield game so far, as both defenses and offenses have been playing very, very aggressively in this situation. Far side, you're looking at Lacine. Tries to ship it back in favor, however. Quick boot towards, Behrman It is collected and it's going to be sent back towards midfield.
A slew of subs checking in for both teams. Looks like you have Belskis, Day, Manahar, and players like those. And then for Huron, it looks like it's around 7 players that are going to be checking in. So trying to get that rest up. And obviously here with 20 minutes left, you got to get some sort of substitute in to let these players rest.
And as Sam said, 20 minutes left on the clock. But if you're worried that you just didn't get enough soccer today, don't worry. We'll have some more coming up right after this game. Varsity starts at 7. Varsity taking on Huron as well. And it'll be a game to see as both Huron and Saline on the varsity level are quite two fierce competitors.
Yeah, that should be a very exciting game to watch. I'm excited for that game at 7. So make sure you tune in.
Absolutely. Close side is down goes Faulkner. His play shifted back in Saline favor now. Booted well downfield as all the subs kind of just could get caught up in the transition there in a rough situation. And what's all together, looking forward to see what happens next in a strange, strong boot there. Puts it right in front of the Huron goal, however. Just out of reach there of number 18, Drew Barker. Sent farther back. Looking back, Chimbara now. And now looking for options. Far side looking for crossing action, however picked up there and deflected away by Baker. Baker sends it forward to Chimbara. Chimbara trying to find the forward option, racing downfield. Great progress here by the River Rats as they're working their way through. Chipped back to Chimbara. Sideline action there, making it trouble for the River Rats to find any real crossing option.
A couple players that have been real stalwarts for Saline here is you're looking at Ben Faulkner, Jason Chen, Charlie Schroeder, and TJ Friedholm. They've hardly come out of the game, so they sure have to be tired, but you know that they're trying to get this first goal for the Hornets.
And far side there, forward pass nearly contained there, but sent back to the Huron keeper. A quick effort to maintain. And it looks like we're getting a little ref interaction to do some quick subs, as it looks like Christopher Yu had a little contact and he needs to come off the field. However, it's a very fierce game and full force of substitutions coming in for both teams so far.
So Patrick, what do you think is the key here for both teams to try to get that first goal with only 15 minutes left here, or around 16 minutes left?
I think field placement is going to be key. We have seen multiple times, especially in what would be the bottom left of your screen. Hornet pressure going down with number 3 Sidlowski is almost always offsides when it comes to a nice forward pass, and also never seems to have the speed to outrace the Huron defenders, and that'll be key in putting that effort on. For Huron itself, it'll be more about a full offensive pressure downfield. Every time they get a good chance, it's always only one guy making it through the Saline defenders, but it'll take the whole team for that opportunity to have success.
Yeah, like you talked about, there's been 3 offsides for Saline, and when you get those chances, you can't use it. You can't have a penalty happen because there's so few to come by in a game like this. You have to take advantage.
And like we saw earlier in that one quick option in the first half where I forget who it was. I believe it was Grill. Chip shot over the Huron defenders, had the pressure moving forward, and beat the goalie. However, it was offsides and drew it all back.
Yeah, and it's just, those are tough penalties to see because they're so crucial to the game because it gives Huron, and you know, if it were to happen to Huron then Saline, it gives them the ball back and it allows them to, you know, just kind of breathe and reassign their defense and try to get more pressure.
Absolutely. Far side, Tyler Brooks trying to contain, however, heavily contested there with 2 Saline players, Manahar and then Day on the far side. Little sideline dance as it's kept in bounds there by Day, however, up and out of bounds, and a chip shot there by number 17, Kupperman, as the Hornets gain a throwing opportunity on the far side. Throw in there by Saline finds its way to Belskis. Belskis knocked back. Chip shot there by number 20, Allen. Sends it back towards midfield. Belskis once again with the header. Sedlowski. Petrock tries to chip it right in front of goal, however, collected there by Hammond. And his play is sent back towards midfield now.
Yeah, both those goalies, Schneider and Hammond for Huron, have played exceptional. They really, even if Saline gets any sort of opportunity, they've been able to snuff it out and just fall on the ball and boot it back out and play. And just right there.
Not to mention that, as you can probably see on your screen and as we can see up here, the game is kind of draining right now. The players have slowed down. It's kind of hot outside, and it's going to be a tough game to last for these last 14 and a half minutes.
Yeah, but that's when all the work you've put in the off season has to come to fruition. You have to be able to find that last energy inside of you and just figure it out and hopefully try to get one goal for your team.
Absolutely. Look at that, one more substitution as out goes Gomez now, or pardon me, Chimbara, I believe. The far side, Chen now for the Hornets, trying to maintain possession and send it back downfield. Solid boot there, tries to find its way to Sedlowski, up and out of bounds as Huron gains possession. Close side, throw in finds its way in a quick ricochet off Lacine. Saline now, Sedlowski. Quick action, up and out of bounds. Huron ball.
Yeah, you can, like you talked about, you can definitely see fatigue setting in though, as players, hands on their heads, trying to find that last bit of energy, missing balls that I think in the first half they probably wouldn't have been able to get. But that's a great pass down the sideline, looking for Torres.
Faulkner looks sideline, solid cross, and a upper 90 there, top left. What a great opportunity there, and a fantastic goal coming from Torres there, I believe.
What a shot that was by Torres. He was able to just place it right over the goalie. So I would think that he would be trying to cross it in, but that aggressive mentality that we were both talking about, Patrick, probably forced him to maybe take that shot, and that's a huge goal for Saline.
Well, let me tell you, I wasn't ready for that goal at all, but Saline up 1-0 now with 12:44 on the clock.
Yeah, and Huron's going to have to take more of an aggressive mentality. That's one of the big things we've been preaching today, but they're really going to try to have to push the ball upfield. Maybe even, later in the game, pull their goalie to try to get that extra man. Because a 1-0 score means no different than a 2-0 score, obviously, as you guys would know.
Absolutely, a win's a win in the end. Throw in now to be taken by Faulkner for Saline. Sideline collected by Petrock, up and out of bounds now, however, going back in Huron favor. Lahan now.
And Patrick, for Saline, would you try to take more of that mentality, hey, we got to get that second goal to get some cushion, or would you try to play more back on defense, really just try to assault this game out with 12 minutes to go?
Oh, I'm a big favor when it comes to attack. Stay on the ball, and if you can get a breakaway, you put it in the back of the net if you have the opportunity. But at the same time, you have to conserve and make sure that your energy isn't going to be drained here in the first 6 minutes by constant attack. But with Chen right now, a solid forward pass is able to kind of set up the Hornets in a good field position, well past midfield. And I think that keeping the attack is important here.
I agree, Patrick, because anytime you have that ball up out onto your side, that means the ball isn't on their side. So really attacking and trying to get that second goal and providing that cushion would be very vital for the Hornets here.
You with the solid pass there, ricocheted off Petrock, and now it's a little slow in the backfield now as we're trying to find an option here for Huron. Forward pass just out of reach. Petrock racing to the ball, looks for the crossing opportunity, chips it up, and placed and collected there by Hammond, and a good shot on goal there. Back towards midfield now, as it looks to be Allen trying to keep it in Hornet favor, but now for Huron. Solid pass went well past midfield. Lahan kind of upset. Nobody was there to receive. Faulkner. Far side. Manahar. Dancing the sideline with heavy contention there, but it looks like Brooks finds his option, and Petrock unable to make it to, however. Huron gains possession. Solid midfield pass there. Finds its way and collected by the Hornets.
Jake Day just couldn't get his leg on that ball to control it, or else that would have been a great opportunity for that second goal we were talking about.
Interesting chance now sent back towards midfield. Chen nearly to collect. Chipped back, and Hammond to send it right back towards midfield. Chen ready to take it up. Contested by Lahan. Lahan gets a foot on it and sends it kind of out of control. Day back to Sidlowski. Sidlowski back to Belskis. Chen. Down low to Sidlowski.
There Sidlowski is in that left corner like we were talking about.
He finds himself in the right position every single time, and Chen back to Sidlowski. Chip shot placed high. Heavy contention there between Isaac York and, I believe, number 20, Tim Baker for the Riverettes. Lahan sent down low to Binkley. Forward pass there, looking to find Lahan, but needs to put it on the Jets. Collected by Allen for the Hornets. Chen.
It's just amazing to me that every time Huron has the ball and the opportunity, here it is. Petrock off
Chip
the goalie. Oh!
And a great opportunity there. Petrock able to knock it right up, just not quite the right angle. A great chance and a great time killer, too.
Yeah, as the clock keeps running, that is, once you get to 0-0s on the clock, that's so important because really, as long as you get that win, 1-0, 2-0, style points don't really matter in this game.
Absolutely, as we see a whole slew of changes coming in once again through subs. Grill back in the game for the Hornets. But the benefit of that shot is the Hornets now have a corner, as it was off the hands of Hammond in that shot attempt. It looks like it's going to be, can't quite tell who's taking it. Places it right in front of the box.
Oh.
Solid header, and punched out of there by Hammond.
Those headers must be really hard for a goalie to stop. Oh, that could be a great pass. Oh, just out of reach of Freedom as a nice
Solid
little
saving
kick.
kick, however, places it right in front. Solid header, tries to find its way to Day, and kicked out of there by Botero. Back in the game and once again for these last 8 minutes, and a fantastic player altogether. Far side, you see Chen containing and making sure that the Hornets still gain the throw-in opportunity. Takes it himself, tries to find the option there with Schroeder.
I've seen a lot of these kicks out of bounds that Huron's doing. I think they're trying to prevent corner kicks because corner kicks are so much more vital than throw-ins, in my opinion, as it allows for a much more power on the ball with a kick and a much more greater chance of you getting a head-in goal or something like that.
Oh, absolutely. And far side looks like it's going to be another throw-in that was taken improperly.
As the crowd gives Chen a nice round of applause, he's played a really good game today. It's very solid.
Very, very solid. Team player all around and always involved in the play when it comes his way. Far side, Petrock contesting with Lahan on the far.
Looked like it was a handball there on Saline.
As it goes back the other direction. And Hammond to start things off here. Solid boot by Hammond, sending it close to midfield. Hornets looking to regain possession here, however. Looks like Rays containing up and out of bounds.
Patrick, when do you think Huron might want to try pulling their goalie? What time frame do you think here?
Oh, it's going to be a dangerous situation here because Huron has kind of been put on the defensive for the most part of the game so far, especially in the second half. So it'll be an interesting time frame that the coach will have to call at that option.
Yeah, and those are the reasons why you're the coach. You got to make those tough decisions.
Especially now, we got Grill with the throw-in opportunity.
Yeah, and it's just, like you said, it's hard to pull the keeper when Saline's had the ball, and in Huron's area for most of the game here, even in the second half, it's been overwhelming. So, but here they might get a chance.
There's a pass back there. Didn't quite go as planned as it was intended for Barker, and is picked up now by Brooks on the far side. Saline once again just quick to regain. Faulkner with a strong boot sends it back away from the danger zone and keeps Saline kind of at ease, but the attack is still on. Up and out of bounds as the Hornets gain a throwing opportunity on the far side. Looks to be Friedholm to take the throw-in.
You know, I've just been amazed with this Hornets defenders. In reality, they haven't really let anything get past them. They've been able to keep everything in front of them, which is so key in soccer because, you know, once you get those opportunities where you have the advantage on offense, it's really almost so hard to stop.
Absolutely. Hammond to open up, sent back. Looking at Day trying to send it forward in favor of the Hornets towards the Huron box. However, up and out by Brooks there. Must have been tipped off of number 13, Tyler Friedholm, in a quick effort as Huron had the throw-in. Under 5 minutes now to play. And once again, folks, if you feel like you just need a little more soccer in your day, feel free to stick around, and we'll be back at 7 for the varsity matchup between Saline and Huron.
Yeah, in that game, I think you might see a little more high scoring of a game as both teams, you know, are very highly competitive. And like Patrick said, it should be a great game.
Huron with the throw-in finds its way all the way to Kashem after a quick header and downfield. Ruiz. Back forward. Brooks. No, pardon me. Brooks now. That was from Schroeder. Lahan now for Huron. Tries to find the crossing pass in Saline. Quick back and forth action where there are only 2 Huron forwards available for any type of action in their favor. Barker. Lahan now for Huron. Faulkner with a quick touch and a solid boot right back across midfield. Friedholm, sideline pass up and out of bounds up on the hill there on the far side.
Yeah, I think now as the coach brings in a sub for Huron, it looks like that's Tim Baker. It looks like number 20. I think that this might be the time where you pull him out, the goalie, because this is such a key opportunity for Huron. You got to have a way to score a goal here.
Far side forward pass finds its way to number 9, Reyes.
Oh, here
it is.
is.
Taking the chance on his own.
Oh, what a play by Huron.
A solid slide there is no whistle blown, and play continues.
Yeah, it looked like he got all ball there. That was an incredible play. Probably a goal saver.
Reyes a little slow to get up, however, play continues downfield, far side. Botero trying to contain, however, chips it up and out of bounds. The first real option there that Huron has had all second half at least. Quick sub coming in as out goes Lahan and in comes Tim Baker. Forward option finds its way from a throw-in.
I just keep going back to that Huron slide tackle that just definitely saved a goal in my opinion. That was an incredible play.
Absolutely. Looking at Grill on the close side. Looks to just take it right in the corner and contain for the last bit here. Drain anytime they can off the clock.
Yeah, that was a real smart play there by Grill. Like you said, just kind of containing it. Hopefully the clock runs out before Huron gets an attacking opportunity. I think he's looking to waste a little time here.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime he can on the throw-in, finds it, sends it all the way forward, and looking at Barker now. Back pass looking to Kewen.
And here comes all the Huron defenders pretty much. They're really just trying to get that ball. Oh, here, this could be an opportunity.
Pressure forward. You're looking at a 4-on-4 here in a close option. However, sends it well forward. Finds its way to number 9 on the far side.
As a Reyes packs it.
Chip shot placed high. Crossing opportunity up and out of bounds.
Oh, what a save there by TJ Friedholm. He came all the way up from his forward position and made that play to knock it out of bounds and give Saline probably the win here with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, absolutely, as we're looking right now. Behrman to just open up and send it well back towards midfield.
Yeah, and Binkley for Huron looked kind of frustrated there as he thinks Barham is wasting the time. But, you know, that's why you got to score a goal in in the rest of the halves. You know, Saline's going to take advantage of every opportunity they can.
Absolutely, and a quick chip shot back towards midfield, trying to get anything going for Huron here. However, with 4 seconds on the clock,
that's going to do it.
That's all she wrote in terms of this matchup, as Saline takes the W with a 1-0 win over the Huron Riverettes. Overall, my name's Patrick Canavan.
I'm Sam Jane.
And we'll be right back after this quick break for the varsity matchup between Saline and Huron.